Nuh-uh.
The fuck you mean, nah?
Welcome to Sith Happens, Star Wars podcast. I'm Eric the Dadalorian. Thank you guys for joining us today for another fun-filled episode and a special episode as we get ready for Andor Season 2. I am joined with yes.
Holla.
I'm joined by the greatest.
I wish I could be
co-hosts.
louder, but my son is right above me.
Oh, believe me, dude. Listen, for everybody watching, we were supposed to go 8:30. It's 8:45 right now. My kids fought sleep like a son of a gun tonight, so I apologize.
9:45 for some of us. I'm kidding.
I'm Central Time. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, so appreciate everybody joining in. I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Matt, otherwise known as Black Series Daily Desk, and Ant, otherwise known as I am not a committee on Instagram. Guys, it's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. How are we?
We are doing good, man. I am Matty Ice, otherwise known as Black Series Daily Desk. Here with two of my good friends getting pumped for Andor in a very special moment during one of our main segments later. I will say holla again, but instead of regular holla, it is Passover. So holla.
Holla. Shabbat shalom.
Azizim Pesach, my friend. Anyway, though, I want to see how excited are you, Mr. I am not a committee. I'm seeing you back there surrounded by your toys.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of a new setup again this time. It's okay. We're playing dancing computers, seeing what looks good where. So this is what's happening right now.
I like it. It's like a little studio.
Yeah, thank you. So no, I'm stoked for Andor. Frankly, I'm really excited. Season 1 for me, it was basically an extension of Rogue One is what I went into it as, and now we get a little bit further, to bring us right up to that film, which is an immaculate piece of Star Wars in itself. So to fill in that gap in between what we've already seen and where that film starts, to say I'm a little excited. I'm pumped.
I'm pumped too. I mean, we're going from, it's nice, like talking about different kinds of Star Wars. We're going from Skeleton Crew, which is that childlike wonder, right? And now we're going to go into the utter serious dismay of Andor. Maybe a little heavy in today's times, but important because there is that element of hope. And I think it's going to be really a little bit tougher to watch.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Absolutely. Maybe a little tougher to watch this year, knowing some parallels. But at the same time, I think there's going to be that little bit of hope and inspiration. And I, for one, am very pumped about it, especially that sort of hard sci-fi Star Wars reality. Also, mixed reviews from some of the fans on this. 3 in a night for us means we're recording really late. Everybody check us out right after the third episode of Each Night Ends. But it'll be great to watch like a full arc. It's like we're getting 4 movies over the course of 4 weeks.
We're getting a full movie each week.
I foresee us all being pretty jazzed hopping on that late night cast. It's going to be real good stuff.
And pretty damn tired the next morning.
I know, right? It's just 4 weeks. It's just, we got,
That'll be fine.
I mean, I don't know. I think I can carry that excitement into the next morning. Especially if we're getting the finale of each arc. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of those, I can't go to bed. Rewatching moments, before bed, all of that. My only thing is it's a little bit of a bummer is we won't have a lot of time to take notes and focus. So, so we're going to have to like rely on collective memory. But
you got to get one of those little clicker things that journalists have so we can record like bits and pieces that we find to be inspirational or compelling to share.
Yeah. I'll record my reactions in real time on my phone. And I'm like, guys, I think we can just do this for 2 hours and just listen to me reacting.
Like, look, at 16:56, I was so pumped, but then at 20:42, I was sad.
I was sad. I was riding my emotions. I'm like, oh yeah, him. No, but I think, and I'm also really pumped. Spoiler alert for next week's Collector's Corner. I'm going to be in the Bahamas for 2 weeks, actually, recording straight from visiting family who lives there. So I'm pretty pumped that I'll be kind of coming from a different location. So enjoy my small portion of my collection you see every week right now, because you're not going to have it for 2 weeks. But Some figures came out a little early, and tomorrow I'll be receiving my pilot Cassian. So trying to take as many photos as I can. I might take a little break while I'm away. Not sure yet. Just reset the creative juices. So I've said I'd like to do, but boy, am I excited to show everybody my pilot Cassian next week. That puppy's coming with me. You know,
I believe that.
That is awesome.
So
I love the pilots. I'm so glad that they did one for him, and they should do one for what's her face from Battlefront 2.
Yeah, they should. I mean, they're getting closer with
I
that
forget her
design.
name.
They think maybe Iden Verso.
Yeah,
Iden Versio. Yeah, I was gonna say
Iden
Jen,
Verso. Yes.
Yeah, Jin
I know,
Versio.
I always wanted to, so then I stopped. Wouldn't have been as bad as that time I got BD8 and BB8 mixed up.
Oh, that's
I bring it up.
That's a
Though. I
tough
bring it
mix
up.
up. BD8. Yeah, no, hey, listen. These droids. I saw a great interview once with Billy D. Williams when Empire came out, and he called him CP3O. And I had that problem when I was a little kid too. But what they were trying to show is that it's funny because when it came out, people just love Star Wars. Now in the comments, you'd be like, it's C3PO. This guy doesn't know anything about Star Wars. Why is he in Star Wars? Star Wars can't be good if anybody doesn't know anything about Star Wars. I don't know. You sure love the original trilogy, and none of them knew about Star Wars. On to good Star Wars. What are you guys pumped about? Like, what is the moment from the trailers that you're really not a speculative moment, like something you saw? Like,
so I'll say this. I kind of like just got caught up on all the trailers, pretty much here within like the last day or so. Like I've had a crazy couple of months and been like insanely busy. But going from season 1 into season 2, I love where I see where it's picking up, where Cassian's like full, kind of going from into full soldier mode with the rebellion. But in addition to that, Luthen has him going into this leader role. And you've seen that in the trailer. You know, he says, you know, don't think like a soldier, think like a leader. So he's developing him into that the captain at that point. We're going to see a lot of growth for his character over the course of, honestly, not that many episodes. You know, it's a 12 episode arc, 3 episodes a week. We're gonna see,
and each one takes place a year apart, so that's gonna be, you're gonna really have jumps in growth.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. You know, we're gonna see real jumps in growth in his character, and I think we'll see that for the other characters as well. You know, we see Bix in there as well. Kind of prediction for me is, I think part of the reason he goes so dark in Rogue One towards the, I think something definitely happens to Bix in
Oh yeah, if she's not around by Rogue One, anybody that wasn't in Rogue One, you can pretty much assume you're gonna get some friends from Rogue One.
Yeah.
I think I'm most excited though is K2 coming back, and I was telling you guys I was on IMDb, and he's second build right now on IMDb. So I have kind of a theory, if you'll hear me out. I think the first arc, we're going to get that sick interceptor theft, but you're also going to get whatever radicalizes Bix in that arc, because Tony Gilroy has already said the Gorman stuff's going to happen over 2 arcs. So I think that sets you up nicely for the second arc, which is maybe where we lose Bix or someone. And that's going to kind of be
I would agree.
And I think the first arc's going to start with her getting radicalized in that like wheat field that we keep seeing so many beautiful shots from, which I'm totally okay with. And I think
totally has
off with
Lothal vibes too, by the way.
100%, 100%. Yeah,
I mean,
you have to wonder.
Kind
Even
of
though Gilroy does, Gilroy does, however, like really hate bringing too much in that doesn't make sense. But that could make sense, because if you're on Lothal when the Empire shows up, that could be the moment right there. Because I think they see like a destroyer, so that could be like Lothal just kind of getting taken, which would also be. Wow, because I mean, if you think about it, this should be about 4 years before Rogue One, which is right around when Rebels gets started.
Yeah,
because Rebels ends 1 year before Rogue One, and it's each episode is separated by a year. So that would make complete sense to open with sort of the taking at the beginning of that year, like the taking of Lothal. You know, and as that goes on, you know, that's going to segue into what happens to Ezra's parents. So that's kind of my vote. And I think that if I call it right, and we will find out 1 week from tonight, boys, we're going to be talking about the first 3 episodes. If we find out, that is my big prediction, is just the layout of the show.
I think you're onto something. I think she'll definitely, you know, part ways with Bix for sure by the end of the halfway point. And Yeah, I would agree though. I think, K2 is such a fan favorite for me and a lot of people. I think I'd be remiss not to be excited about him coming back.
Yeah.
And the other droid too, frankly, they showed it in the BMO. BMO, is that what it is?
B2 emo. B2 emo.
B2
Emo.
emo.
I never
BMO.
caught that B2 emo. I never really caught.
B2 emo.
I knew the emo
Anyways,
part.
He was in the trailer, so I'm like, okay, are we gonna get some more
Our
droid
boy
action?
Hal
I
Runner
love the-
checking in.
love
Hal
the droid.
Runner.
Hal Runner, dude. You had
Hello, buddy.
this guy has a magnificent photo he posted.
Oh,
or she
really?
posted, today.
And Kyber Forge
And
checking in as well.
It is
Yeah. Hey, Kyber Forge.
fantastic. What up, Kyber Forged?
Yeah, no,
Forge.
I'm pumped to look. I
yeah.
was sick all day, so I've had a weird weekend with not being on the
You
ground.
know,
too much.
another thing. Sorry to cut you off, Matt. It's on my mind.
Oh.
I gotta say before I forget.
Just want to see the picture.
Another thing too, I was just rewatching just the recap, because I think, the recap oftentimes previously on is a good indicator for some of the stories that might be told in the upcoming season or episode. And it showed that initial scene where Bix is getting tortured with that, device on her head.
Mm-hmm.
And it just shows you like the ISB they don't fuck around. I mean,
No.
pardon my French,
No.
but there's some twisted people.
Yeah, when
To-
you find
to
out what the
quote what
whales
Matt
is like
said-
the whale.
To quote what
No,
Matt
I-
said a while ago, it gave the Empire teeth.
It really does. It gives them teeth, and that was like the whole point behind that. Like, talk about dark writing. Wasn't it like whale mating sounds or animal mating sounds? Oh no, it was the animals dying sounds on a planet,
Yep.
and those dying sounds killed all of the stormtroopers and made them go insane on the planet.
Yep.
So that's what they use, and it's like, holy
Fucked up.
God. Oh yeah, when you talk about like legends got pretty fucked up sometimes. Andor will take you right there too, which I thought
Yeah,
was
so,
really cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
while that is entirely, fucked up for lack of a better word, I am excited to see the direction the ISB is taken in season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and there's that really speculative thing that you do see Deidre holding her neck, and like, is that Vader? So I'd be excited to find out, unless she gets poisoned. That could be a thing too. That just dawned on me, and we're all just like, oh, it's Vader. But either way, I think she gets what's coming also.
Given the time frame, though, it does not have to by any means be Vader. I mean, it could be any number of Inquisitors.
That's
right?
what's going to be what I said.
It
I
could
mean, I do a
be
little of Grand
it could be a
Inquisitor.
Jedi for all we know. Obviously, I'm not. That's not going to happen. It's
Yeah.
Andor, but
No,
I
hey,
know-
listen, everybody thinks Cal Kestis is going to be in it, which honestly,
that's what I was
I'm-
going to ask. Is Andor the one that he was rumored
yeah,
to have
everybody
been on the
thinks.
set?
Yeah. I don't know that maybe he was just visiting the set. I feel like
Yeah.
Tony Gilroy would have to make that really, really well.
Well, from
No,
our friend
Kyber
Kyber
Forge.
Forge, Krennic said
More than we
in an
do?
interview that you would really hate the Empire by the end. So, and
I hate a lot of
I've heard a lot of that, like not specifically what Mendelsohn said, but like just everything from what has been not leaked, but just told about what we expect out of this season is that it's going to be really gnarly.
Yeah, well, I
and
mean,
then
here's
we got
here's
this from
the
Hal
black
Runner
and-
too.
Yeah, Hal Runner. I saw that. I think it might have been an AI trailer, but I hope that it wasn't. But I saw like a leaked, like, here's an extra Andor trailer, and I had the same holy shit. I hope so. That's actually a picture I posted like 3 months ago before the trailer, so I'll take it. I'm pretty much game for anything. I mean, that we could
Yeah.
possibly get.
I mean, we
I
do
think
know
it'd be
the end
cool. I
result.
really hope that she doesn't just get knocked out of the game early. I mean, she's such a great
I don't think she
character.
will. I think
No, I
there's
don't
going to
think
be a
so.
crescendo at the end of the second arc and the end of the third for like Deidre, Cyril. There's going to be a lot of stuff like that going in.
Mm-hmm. And I think something that like we know where Andor's story leads towards the end, or like we don't know the story along the way, but I'm kind of curious I am very curious what you were just saying, like how does Cyril play into this, because his character was kind of like very interesting throughout the first season. Like he was just kind of a weird dude, and then getting into this next season, I'm curious, like is he part of ISB now? Like
He's with those guys.
Go ahead.
He's with those guys with the berets in the trailer, and I'm almost like, Is that Hitler Youth? Like, are they the ISB?
That's kind of the
like
vibe I
skill
got.
squad? Yeah, same, yeah.
In a perfect world, we get Palp's cameo. He calls Mon in his office and intimidates her.
I mean, I would
and
take
makes-
that. He is, yeah. Sorry, there was more to it. I just saw a little pop up. Keep reading.
Yeah. Intimidates her and makes her realize she needs to run. So I don't. You know what, man? It all.
I mean, that
it's all
could
to
be,
seen.
it'd be fun if they did do something like that, but at the very, very end, just very brief, like they had Yoda in Acolyte, just have like a scene with him just being basically like, yeah, like.
I don't think we'll get Ian McDermott because I feel like he would have been at a premiere or we would have had a leak from it, but we might get something with him. Like
Yeah,
they could
Ian
AI his
McDermott.
voice.
I did not see Yoda at the premiere for anything.
That's
Oh,
true.
bite
And we
me.
know he's in this season, the toy leagues. Okay, no, but I think that'd be really cool. I think it would be great to be akin to that Bad Batch 2-parter. I think from season 2, where the Emperor kind of shows up in the middle. When they decide to like disband or take out. Might have been season 3 when they decide to take out all the clones once and for all, and Rampart gets his too. No, that's season 2. That is season 2.
Season
That's the middle
2.
of season 2. Yeah, because then Rampart comes back at the end of 3. But yeah, no, I think like that's a very realistic prediction.
Yeah.
In some way, we'll get the Emperor.
Hopefully, that'd be cool. Even if it's just a voice,
Yep.
But I think the cool part about it in the ISB in general, the intriguing part outside of everything that for a lot of fans, depending on what you have been exposed to within Star Wars, the Empire's it's portrayed as pretty black and white. You have Darth Vader and his boss that you hardly ever see, and the stormtroopers, the little guys at the grunts, they run around, whatever. So like it's such an interesting dimension, and it's gonna hopefully, like he said, hopefully it fucks us up a little bit. I think so. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat, honestly.
Me too. I just keep thinking when we're saying like Darth Vader and his boss, one of my favorite. I can't take credit for this quote. It's from somebody's tweet a long time ago. They're like, if you take the original trilogy out of all the things that that happened around them, all that entire 3 movies is really about is Darth Vader increasingly doing poorly at his job because of problems with his family at home. And that's literally just in an absolute tailspin, failing at work. He had such a great review the year before too, and it's just, I hope his boss is understanding, work-life balance and all that.
I need to go clip a Star Wars over the Office theme song or something now.
Use AI, buddy. You could be the first of the 3 of us to really go in on it.
Yes.
But yeah, I think overall, final thought for me is that I'm pumped. Everybody's been talking about this so much. I don't want to belabor it too hard, but I'm stoked.
Yeah, and I agree with you. We're in for something really, really fun, and honestly, I don't think any of us are going to be disappointed about what we get into, to tell you the truth. So, but yeah, closing thoughts for you, Ant?
Yeah. No, I know I'm not going to be disappointed. Andor is,
Me too.
it is funny though, because truth be told, season 1, it was hard for me to get into the first couple episodes. I will not lie. I was like, I watched them, but I was like, this is kind of boring. Like, I was just like, where is this going? But it developed, and watching it again, there was a greater appreciation for all of that, of course. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think season 2, I think is gonna be a lot different as far as pacing. I think, with the arcs, obviously we know that, but just in general, I think things are going to be a little bit more accelerated, in a good way. I don't think, not to say rushed, but just as far as that's how this is going to be. It's going to be a lot of action. It's going to be a lot of in-depth storytelling, and it's hopefully going to keep us on our feet and keep us moving and hating the Empire.
Hyperforged. Good comment.
Yes.
He has a plaque that says, "Congratulations, you're the middle manager of the year."
Like that picture from the office, the mic with his supervisor, just
yeah. Sometimes, somehow,
I was thinking about that. That'd be a good title of a book.
Yeah.
But really, yeah, he's not even high in the chain of command, like the highest. Like he's just a sorcerer whatever.
Yeah, well, he's
So,
he's
but I'm
sort of like a
pumped. I'm pumped.
director, and then like
Yeah.
Tarkin's the VP, and
Yeah,
then
imagine if Tarkin
or he's
had
like a
not
VP
been-
and he's the SVP. You know,
Imagine if Tarkin had not been on the Death Star when it blew up. He'd still be, the
I don't
ranking
want.
officer.
That's a good what if for next
And
what if
yeah,
episode.
I know. And
Yeah.
talk about a twisted fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Now we're Tarkin.
Well, good stuff, and we're gonna be talking a lot next week when this show starts, guys. I already know that. So now we're gonna get into collector's corner in just a minute, but I do gotta go into just a couple of quick things and give a couple quick shout outs. Now I actually just recently partnered up with this new brand, Dubby. So Dubby is a type of energy drink. So this is going to be a healthy alternative to the types of sugary energy drinks you get at the excuse me, I can't talk, at your typical gas station. It's going to be the healthy alternatives, which don't have any sugar, but all the good stuff to help you get through the day, whether you need this to go ahead and start your morning with it or get you through the day. You guys can also use my discount code, the Dadalorian, on their website and get a nice little perky discount from that one there. So, and
Perky discount. Ooh,
I like a
discount.
perky discount.
Such pith. I was when you said a different kind of energy drink for a second, I thought you meant a THC energy drink, and I'm like, that is a different kind of energy.
Yeah, that's a different kind of energy. So, and then showing off some new digs from my boys over at SaberMax. I actually am super excited, and I know you're gonna love this, being a High Republic guy. It is, if it pulls up,
Check out what you got.
it is the
Oh, the
Laser Man,
Laser Man.
otherwise known as Elza Man's lightsaber.
Oh,
So.
nice. Nice.
Jedi Knight from the High Republic series. If you've read the books, you know him pretty well. It's got serious Anakin vibes to it, where a lot of the inspiration comes from. Looks really great, honestly. I'm particularly fond of the way that the ignition button is on this right here. Looks really, really nice, honestly. And yeah, this is just overall a really, really nice saber. Comes with all the typical stuff, the stands, chargers, the whole spiel. And it comes in RGB, Super NeoPixel, or Profi, so you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go with it. And with this, if you go ahead and use my discount code there as well, you get 10% discount, the Dadalorian, all one word. And there you go. Now we're going to get into
I think it'd be
collector's
fun.
now.
I think it'd be funny though if that writing on the ignition panel said like "this end up" or something like.
Well, that would have been useful for Whim and Skeleton Crew. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey,
so
we just didn't know
who's
the
going
cake.
first for
You're
collector's corner?
going last, so you're
Yeah.
going last. That we know. All right.
Ah,
And you go. If you want me to go first, I'm holding mine. I can do that this year.
yeah.
All right, I will do. Last week, some people might have seen it in my photo. I have a Shadows of the
Very
Empire
nice.
Luke in disguise. This figure, it's interesting. Like, first of all, the helmet looks like this. That on camera. It's the guy. This is it's basically just a nicer, more detailed recreation of what we got when we were kids. I think it's a really cool figure. First of all, it poses really well. Great articulation. Again, like with Savage, you can see with the shoulder pads, you get full range of motion, which I think is really cool.
New body molds are just on point.
Yeah, new body mold, armor mold, everything is like, I mean, each figure feels like a masterpiece. I still think Savage is my figure of the year. I'll say, though, it's interesting because it being hostage packed, and it is a much better head on the Leia. I will say that it being hostage packed is a little tough because I think I would enjoy it more if I could put the helmet on and just use it as two random troopers in a photo. I mean, one random trooper,
Yeah.
it's, this is like a humble bit, it's a little bit of it's a bit of a minor gripe. It's still a great looking figure overall. But I think it's cool. I just think, not having had Dash, or I know I keep saying that, or like Snuva or anybody come out. This is a cool figure, but from like a photography standpoint and, an action-packed standpoint, like
We know
you can get
Dash is
so many
coming, though.
ideas out of it. I know. I think next week we're gonna get a lot of really fun this coming
Yeah.
weekend celebration updates from Hasbro. It's gonna be a lot of what's been leaking and a lot more. So pretty excited, and there's gonna be some good May the 4th announcements. Would be my guess.
Yeah, I
So we
definitely
can all
agree.
scramble for those pre-orders like lunatics. But yeah, I am. I'm very excited. Cool figure.
Awesome.
All
Ant,
right,
what do you
Ant.
got to share with us?
Well, Eric, I feel like with me going now, I'm going to. I was going to present mine in a similar way to how you are going to present yours, and I didn't want to
Do 'em
steal
both.
your thunder because yours
Do
are
'em
much
both.
cooler than mine.
Do them both.
But, well, anyways, so here's mine.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, you got the
Ooh.
2-pack.
Did you
Yeah.
now?
Yeah. So
It's the
I was
carbonized
going-
TIE pilot.
Yeah.
For those
So,
those listening and now watching.
the carbonized TIE pilot. So, fun story about the TIE pilot. I have, I don't have a TIE pilot. You can see a couple of my
Oh.
figures behind me. And
Phew.
of all those figures, I do not have a TIE fighter pilot. I have a first order pilot, but not a TIE fighter pilot. So when this went on
Okay.
sale at Ollie's, I was like, I
Ooh,
want
nice.
this, but I don't want it enough to have, because I don't collect two. I'm not a duplicate collector. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to even pay the $20 for this figure because blah, 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 whatever. So anywho, I'm at this toy show on Sunday, and our boy, A Mix of Clicks, at A Mix of Clicks on Instagram, Jamie was with us, and he just so happened to want the Royal Guard. And so he's like, yeah, we'll go in it. So we split that one. So I was able to pick that up
Nice.
at the toy show for like, I think
That's
it was
how
like,
they get you.
$10. Yeah.
So
So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it.
Ari's Legos Legends and More, who's Ant's brother, he was looking for a Marvel Legends figure for me that is going for an insane amount of money right now on eBay. And he messaged me. He's like, the one that I found was in such bad condition. That's why it was affordable. So I thank him for not getting that to send me.
Yeah, he messaged me about it too. He was pretty bummed.
Fair enough. So, well, I guess that leaves me, and I got a bit of a twofer. So you two know what I'm going to do because we talked about it yesterday. For
He's
everybody
getting
listening,
naked, guys.
Not today. Not today.
Well, in a
But for everybody
sense,
listening and
from a
watching
certain
right
point of
now,
view.
I got
Daring himself.
these guys.
Oh, yeah.
So now, typically,
And.
so you guys know me. Typically, I keep my stuff in the box, but talking with Matt, I've kind of been toying with it, and I'm actually going to start busting more of these open and display them out of the box. So, guess what we're opening today? It's our
Free 'em,
boy
buddy.
Fives, yes, Fives and Jesse. So,
Free the
I
figure.
planned these
Free
ones so
the
that I can do
figure.
some 501st pictures leading up to the May 4th and everything like that, and especially with the Revenge of the Sith coming
You
out.
should hold
So-
it up like this and really just,
Yeah.
this is
The
what
real
I made
treat
out
would
of.
be if I open these because they're not the clear box and it's like something else entirely inside.
That would be amazing, but watching you unwrap the tissue paper is also going to be amazing. And dropping things like everybody else did. That's right, Kyber Forge.
think
Good
I
soldiers
should.
do follow orders, and we ordered him to open it. You can try to open all the pieces. Anybody watching live, I don't know, to have a coffee, a cigarette, he'll pull all those pieces out of that package in like 15 minutes.
I got it open, so I'm unwrapping it right now. So
10
that-
o'clock and you're offering people coffee.
and I got
Some
them out.
people
So-
stay up on-
and it's our
I
boy
know. I
Jesse
can have a cup of
first.
coffee right now.
Yeah, I never
Oh,
noticed that
God.
I forgot that he comes with the helmet on. What if it's a different head? I love how I'm cursing you.
I didn't know if it comes
Did
off
you-
or not, so that's a
It
treat.
does,
Oh,
it
and
does.
it does.
There
So
you
there
go.
you
It's your boy
go.
Jesse.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's another figure
And-
I do not have.
Ooh, this one's
Wait,
a
can
little
all the
stiff, that's
weapons-
for sure.
Oh yeah, it's been in the box for a while. I was
He's been,
soaked
yeah,
that,
he's
bud.
been. Yeah, careful.
I would
You don't want
soak
to
that
break
before
it
you
on
snap
there.
it. Yeah, it's not an easily
You're gonna-
replaced. Eric decided to start
Look
opening
at-
his
Look
toys
at my new toy.
on air. Yeah, he decided to start opening his toys on air. Breaks his first one, never opens another.
That might happen. So, okay, so the arms were just at a little bit of a weird angle, so that's why it was like kind of doing that. So, but yeah, so got Jesse. Comes with. Let's open the weapons now. It looks like it just comes with the DC blasters.
Yeah, dose.
Nice.
Go ahead. Got 2 of those.
Free the Revan. Kyber Forged, free it. Ann and I are always going to be the worst. We respect the way anybody collects, but we are the worst instigators of opening your toys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
100%. So I'll put
You
those
can't
in
pose
there
them
now,
as
so-
well when they're in the box.
Nope.
That's true.
And yep, so
I've
these
tried.
so yeah, I'm going to be doing a bunch of 501st specific pictures coming up, and I'm excited to get this guy in there. Looks awesome. Very fun to, or very excited to get him on the photos, but I am far more excited for this guy.
Your boy.
Probably right up there. That's just it, dude. Like between him and Nihilus, they are my
Tear it
favorite
open,
characters in Star Wars, honestly. So, and we're gonna get this guy open right now.
Are you gonna keep that box?
I feel something bouncing. Okay, it's just the paper at the bottom. I was like, damn, did something
Good.
fall
I
out?
gotta
Getcha.
put that box in a box.
When I open my Starkiller figure, I'm missing the hand that's like blasting the
Oh yeah.
long cone out because like I just didn't see it in the paper. It's gonna haunt me for the rest of my days. Not enough to replace it, but it's gonna haunt me. If I ever see one really
Understandable.
cheap loose.
So I'm getting this out now. Thankfully, wasn't too bad. We're gonna unwrap him, and honestly, this is one I never thought I'd open because they were so freaking like this. This was like crazy to find, but we got 5s. That's one. Honestly, that's one when I got. That was like when I was
Yeah.
like, I need this
Such a good figure.
helmet.
Oh yeah, there he is with his little goatee. 5's goatee always gets me a little bit, just because it's so lame. But he's such a good character, and it's like at least it's not the little triangle goatee. We'll give him that. And your goatee, it's like a full beard goatee. He's got the chin nub.
just
I will
like
say
the
these-
little.
Yeah.
These look absolutely great compared to like the only other 501st or 501st action figure I have open is just the Archive 501st. So this is definitely an upgrade from that.
Oh yeah, I mean the archive. We were talking about this the other day. We're going to be doing a coming up everybody a Cody collab, the 4 of us. We were talking about that the other day. I was like, oh god, you guys are going to make me take a picture of this figure before I get the new one. The arms only bend like this far. Like it's hard to stand them up. Made it work though. Made it work.
You gotta ask him nicely, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely a little bit harder to pose compared to some of the ones I've used. So
Those early molds. It's one of those archive collection thing. I'm like, I just want an updated 501st in that color. I don't know why I can't get it.
yeah, but yeah, so I got these 2, which I'm going to be working on some great photos coming up here soon. I cannot wait to get these out and do something with them, honestly. But yeah, that is my collector's corner.
Here we go. He's gonna play with his toys up all night.
I'm gonna bust this
Yep.
guy.
Do it. Bust him up.
I waited for you because you don't open them very often. So I was just
don't.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, so wouldn't it be funny if I'd kept the Luke figures helmet on until we did the
This
guy
one's
that
a
was my
jumpy one.
unboxing was taking the helmet off?
How bad would it have been if I opened one of these and it was just like some freaking like rando in there though?
Yeah, it was like a WWE figure from like 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
The
Walmart be
thing
like
that I don't
that,
mind
so.
about this being the what do they call this one? When it's shiny, carbonized.
Carbonized.
Carbonized. Yeah, the thing that I don't
Carbonized
mind at all
for your
about this one
delight.
being carbonized is if you have this guy in a photo, like that carbonization offers like a perfect reflection off of his ships.
Yeah.
Type thing, so it would actually look quite well. So
Yeah, look really
but
cool.
I'm
I
also
mean, you could
glad that he
recreate
came with an
Aldani with it.
E11.
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
that a shiny blue E11 also?
So my first, yeah, it is. It's completely,
We've lost Eric
completely. So
entirely.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
playing
I'm
with
got
his
some
toys
fun
first
over here.
order.
I got
You
some
see Eric, like,
ideas going for this now.
When I got the
Yeah.
first,
Pew pew pew. But yeah, honestly, live unboxings. We got to get more of these.
I will never be able to wait long
Yeah,
enough.
then the
to
show's
do
just
this.
gonna
Yes,
get
I've
a
only
lot.
unboxed
That's
one.
fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so
That's good
stoked.
stuff.
to,
then it gets a lot
get-
longer.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to get some photos
Because
of
then
these.
we're like,
Honestly,
okay,
though.
everyone, watch me play with my new toy.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Well,
how
with
I
that,
feel,
our sponsor is Eric's childhood sense of wonder. I've said that twice on this podcast in reference to 2 different things. All right, I think that's
Well, he
that's
has
it,
a
right,
good
boys?
sense
So
of
you
wonder.
need
Yeah,
one
it
more
is.
post.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put the blaster away before I lose it. So
Put it in the holster.
yeah.
Eric,
So,
that is one
everybody
thing
who-
that you're gonna have to come to terms with if you're unboxing and photographing. You're gonna lose something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
I kind of figured. I've had it happen. I lost the Rebel Trooper, the Endor Trooper.
whole trooper?
I lost the Rex face and the small
Oh.
blaster.
Yeah,
No, not the Rex
So-
face.
Yep.
that's a good one.
Well,
Yeah, it's I like the regular one still, but anyways, guys, that does wrap us up for today. So everybody who checked in with us, whether you're listening or watching, we do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out for the night with us. Getting ready for Andor Season 2 popping off next week. Now, we are going to be live streaming the podcast directly after the show next week. So once you're done watching, please come check in with us as we break down all 3 episodes directly post episodes. Now, you can check out, we would encourage you guys to go check out our Instagram at Sith Happens _ Star Wars podcast, which will have the link to all of our stuff on there: YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music. Smash that like and subscribe button. We would very much appreciate that. And with that, I'll kick it over to my boys here to sign us off. Whichever one.
Yeah, I hope everybody. Well, I'll start because that's how.
I always go second.
I had a great time here. A nice little recap. It's because I have to get you hyped up, Matt. I'm leading you in here. Nice little recap though, and also I'm so happy to have gotten the opportunity to watch Eric open up a couple figures here tonight.
I know, right?
It's exciting, and I'm so excited to see what fruits those bear. So. Happy photographing, Eric. I hope everyone's week is jam-packed full of catching up on Andor, and we will see you next week for some new content fun. Oh yeah, it will be.
Yep, we will be doing the breakdown live, Hal Runner. It's just going to be after the 3rd episode. If you've got the time, we've got the gas.
We're psychotic.
Yeah. We are gluttons for punishment.
Or we love ourselves.
Yeah, I do. Well, we're not going to be able to sleep anyway.
The world is fine.
Yeah, exactly. So I am known to my friends here as Matty Ice, otherwise Black Series Daily Desk. Stoked for next week. Stoked for my Andor figure coming tomorrow. And I will just say, not only may the Force be with you, but on theme with what we're getting next week. And I take this with you into your everyday life. Fight the Empire. Fight them. And I'm stoked to see more of it.
Fight the Empire.
There you go. All right, guys. I'm Eric the Dadalorian. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Check me out at _Dadalorian_ on Instagram. And this is the way.